So, we are one day removed from Trump's UFC fight that was held on the White House lawn. I didn't watch it because, well, I'm not into sports, but even if I were, I wouldn't watch anything that would be celebrating Trump in any way. And let's be honest, okay? Him doing is this mega UFC fight on the White House grounds. It wasn't for the country. It was for him. Himself and only him. Because that's the way Trump is. He does things only for himself. Other people do not even enter into his mind. And that was obvious when a reporter was asking him about, you know, average Americans' financial health. And he's like, I don't think about it at all. Because he doesn't. He doesn't think about our finances and he doesn't think about us. Because, as we all know, he did not run for president to do anything for we the people. He ran for president to keep himself out of prison and to make himself a gazillion dollars. And in a year and a half, he's done that. I think his self-worth now is like $3 billion. And, we can talk about polls. And I just really quickly looked that up. Um, his disapproval rating is at 62%. That ain't good. Oh, hang on. And given that fact, he is hemorrhaging support left and right, mostly right, because it's his base that he's losing support with. Because I think people are finally starting to wake up, as I said earlier in another video. People are figuring it out. Trump doesn't give a crap about them. He doesn't give a crap about them, and he never has, and he never will. He Trump is in this for Trump, and that's it. He doesn't. I mean, he doesn't even think about his own kids. So if he's not even thinking about his own kids, what makes anybody think he's going to think about Americans in general? You know. So anyway, like I said, he had that UFC fight on the White House lawn yesterday to celebrate his 80th birthday. And what happened? He fell asleep. That's what he does now. He fell asleep at the UFC fight. He fell asleep during the Knicks Spurs game. Caused the Knicks to lose that game, by the way. Just a little FYI. And he had a meeting with President Macron of France today, and he fell asleep then too. Well, he didn't necessarily fall asleep, the clip that I saw, but his eyes really wanted to close and stay closed. So, and his right hand, I mean, he went to go at the end of this meeting shake Macron's hand, and the handshake was just, oh my God, looked like a lip noodle. Trump, not Macron. So Trump There's something very wrong with him. And I will be genuinely surprised if he makes it to the end of his second term. I don't see how it can happen. I mean, not only was the handshake with Macron awkward, his hand also looked swollen. So there's that. But, you know, as I said the other day, I walk around just speechless, completely speechless. And the other reason that we know that Trump only ran for the second term was just to serve Trump is all of his vanity projects. Okay? He put his name on the Kennedy Center for Performing Arts, which a judge ruled that it had to come down. And of course, it did. They actually complied. Shocking. But there is now a tarp over that section of the facade of the Kennedy Center. You know, he wants to put his face on passports. He wants to put his face on a $250 bill for American currency. I mean, you see? You see what I mean? He's doing it for himself to leave a ridiculous legacy to so he could show the world that see what I forced people to do in my name while I was still alive, while I was the crappiest, most shittiest president that the United States has ever seen. And again, I said this before, you know, it should come as no surprise, these things that Trump is doing. I mean, if he has no problems with forcing himself on women and girls, young girls, okay, then why would we think he'd have a problem with forcing himself on America, on every single last person in this country? And of course, you know, he's going around thinking that America's the hottest country there is right now. And for his billionaire buddies, it is. Because those people are making bank. You know, they're making a lot of money on all of this. So, again, my internet friends, from now, from here on, y'all need to, in my opinion, need to really pay attention to elections and really listen to what the candidates are saying and how they're saying it. Listen to their talking points, okay? Because it was incredibly obvious during the campaign of 24, the debate with Kamala Harris and Trump, when I mean he couldn't talk about any kind of plans that he had for future policy. He had to come up with something that was so ridiculous. They're eating the dogs that the Somalis in Minnesota are eating or no, Haitians in Indiana, or was it Illinois? Anyway, eating the dogs. And When asked about health care, he had concepts of a plan, but nothing he could lay out and say, I want to do this to take care of this so that this will happen. Nothing. Concepts of a plan. That's all he had. And Republicans, ever since Social Security rolled out, have been trying to figure out a way to get rid of it. And that's because they are beholden to their corporate donors, to the richest among us, billionaires and multi-billion dollar corporations. What we need are serious people that want to do the serious work of making this country better, so we can leave it better for those that come after us. Just like past generations wanted to leave it better for us that came after them. That's what needs to happen. And what we need are fighters to do this. And we need to go all in on progressive policy. Because I've said this before, and again, I'll say it again, and I'll say it again, and I'll probably say it again. To quote Eleanor Roosevelt, it's better for everybody when it's better for everybody. So if the average Americans do better, the ones, in the middle, then the ones on the top will also do better. That is a win-win to me. But again, it's my opinion, my thoughts, my rant. But internet friends, I am going to end this video here. So if you could hit the like button, subscribe, comment, that'd be awesome. So my internet friends, do me a favor and please take care of yourselves wherever you are.